नमस्कार, मी रवींद्र बोंद्रे, आदर्श विद्यालय चिखली, जिल्हा बुलढाणा येथे विज्ञान 2 हा विषय शिकवतो. तर करोनाच्या या संक्रमणामध्ये आदर्श विद्यालय चिखली आणि इजी टेस्ट ॲप यांच्या संयुक्त विद्यमाने आम्ही ऑनलाईन लेक्चर आयोजित केले आहे. तर आपला जो टॉपिक सुरू आहे, द टॉपिक इज ॲनिमल क्लासिफिकेशन अँड लास्ट पार्ट ऑफ दिस चॅप्टर we shall see today, and this topic is we are studying about vertebrata or craniata. There are 6 classes. We have already seen 3 classes, and the remaining classes, class reptilia. Class reptilia. Now the animal belonging to this class, according to the evolutionary story or evolution, these animals are the first animals which are called as terrestrial or land animals. We have seen in the previous class the amphibians, the third class amphibians. They were present the earlier life in the water and the adult stage on the land. But these animals are completely adapted for land, and hence they are called as terrestrial animals. So these are somewhat changes in these animals. All animals are crawling animals. Crawling or creeping. Now why? The question arises that why these animals are crawling or creeping? It is because their legs are short. Their legs are very short. If you observe the animal like this wall lizard, if you observe this wall lizard, this animal, wall lizard, it has 2 pairs of limbs, but these limbs are very short. Any animal, crocodile or dragon or this lizard or wall lizard, if you observe any animal, their legs are very short, and these legs cannot hold the weight of the complete body, and hence when they walk, their tail also help for walking, and hence that scene looks like they are crawling or creeping, and hence they are called as reptile animals. So all animals are reptiles, and they are crawling because of short limbs or short legs. Then these animals are also called as cold-blooded animals. We have seen the meaning of cold-blooded, also called as poikilotherms. Their body temperature changes according to the temperature of the surrounding, and hence it is not constant. Hence they are called as cold-blooded animals. Then we shall see under this habitat we have seen all animals are terrestrial, some are arboreal, some have burrowing habit like snake. Then some animals are aquatic, means most of the time they spend in water, or amphibians, we can say crocodile, it is present in water, tortoise, and also they spend their some time on land, but they are reptiles. Then skeleton, exoskeleton is made up of scales, and skin is dry and skin. So exoskeleton is scaly, skin is dry and scaly, and there are 4 parts of the body: head, neck, trunk and tail. These are the 4 parts of the body. If you observe this diagram, same wall lizard of this diagram. So it has head. All of you have seen wall lizard. It is present at every home. Head, neck, and to that neck it can move its head, then complete long body along with the limbs, that is called trunk and tail. And this tail can be broken due to some reasons, and a new tail can be formed, that is called regeneration. So these are the four parts of the body. Then respiration. Now all, as they are present on the land, naturally they respire with lungs. Then all animals are egg laying, and hence they are called as oviparous animals. Then two pairs of limbs in their body, and these digits are with claws. If digits are present, they are with claws. There are some animals without digits. For example, you have seen snakes. So these are all the characteristics of these animals, right from habitat, terrestrial. So these are the first animals according to the evolution. They are terrestrial animals, completely crawling or creeping. Why they are crawling? We have seen, because their legs are short and these legs cannot hold the weight of the body, and hence their tail is also used for walking, and hence it looks like a crawling or creeping habit. Hence they are called as reptilia. Then cold-blooded animals, poikilothms. Then skeleton, dry skin and scales are present on their body. Then respiration with the help of lungs, because they are terrestrial animals. All are oviparous because they lay their eggs. And body is divided into these four parts: head, neck, trunk and tail. And the digits are with claws if present. So these are all the characteristics of the classification, and we shall see now example. As I told earlier, wall lizard, tortoise, then wall lizard, snake and crocodile. These are some of the examples of this class Reptilia. And now classification as usual: kingdom, phylum, subphylum, class, example. So kingdom, Animalia. Phylum is given Chordata. Subphylum Vertebrata. Class Reptilia. And an example of this class, tortoise. For example, or you can write the classification which is asked. Example, suppose it is asked that write the classification of snake, then you have to write the same, but only example can be changed. Instead of tortoise, you have to write snake. So that is all about class Reptilia. Then next class, the fifth class, class Aves. Class Aves. Now aves are called birds. Now these are the animals which are completely adapted for aerial. Adaptation is aerial, means they spend their most of the time in air, and hence they are called as aerial animals. Then these are the animals which are for the first time warm-blooded animals, or also called homeotherms. Warm-blooded or homeotherms. Now the complete four classes we have seen, right from cyclostomata, pisces, amphibians, and today we have seen reptiles. All they were cold-blooded or poikilothms. Now elves are warm-blooded or homeotherms because their body temperature is constant throughout their life. Whatever will be the surrounding atmosphere, but their body temperature is not changed, and such animals are called as warm-blooded or homeotherms. Then habitat we have seen. Now we shall see their body. Their body is spindle shape. We have seen such shape, spindle shape in fish or pisces. In pisces, the same structure was there. It is narrow on both sides and broad in the center, boat shape, because in water there is less resistance of water while swimming. In fish, the same reason in aves, their body is spindle shaped because there is less resistance of air while flight or flying. So हवेचा रोग कमीत कमी होतो या कारणामुळे. And remaining we can draw main body this, then so this is the main body, spindle shape we have seen. Why? Then their bones are hollow and hence their weight is less and it is used for flying in the air. Body is divided into four parts: head, neck, then trunk, and it is called tail or the back part. So these are the parts of the body. Neck is present in between head and trunk. Then forelimbs are modified into wings. In this, there are two pairs of limbs, but forelimbs are modified into wings, which are used for flying in the air. And these hind limbs, there is a pair of hind limbs. These hind limbs have digits, and these digits have claws, and also they have scales. So they have claws and scales like this. These are scales on their body. These are scales. These are called as scales. So that is all about the external. Then the external skeleton is made up of feathers. Feathers are present on their body, and that is called external feather. Then the jaw in them is converted into beak. This is the beak, and this beak is a type of jaw. It is used for various purposes, and hence the shape of beak is different in different aves or birds because of their function. So it is not same. So then these animals are again oviparous, where the female lay eggs, and hence such animals are egg laying. They are called as oviparous animals. So that is all about the class aerial. Example, all the local birds, wild birds, all the birds, they are the examples of this class aves or birds, including penguin. So that is all about the class aves. Then we shall see example and classification. Example, all of you know, local animals: sparrow, crow, then peacock, the king of the all birds, peacock. These are some of the examples. Pigeon, Then classification under the heading kingdom. Then subphylum, and class and example. So phylum as usual, animal kingdom or Animalia. Phylum Chordata. Subphylum Vertebrata. Then class Aves. And example, any example of this. For example, sparrow. Or sometimes if classification asks an example, then you have to write that example. For example, peacock, you have to write peacock. So that is all about the class Aves. And the last class of this chapter that is Mammalia. Class Mammalia, also called commonly mammals. According to the evolution, these are the topmost class or top class of all animals, Mammalia. What are their characteristics? Why they are called as mammals? Because there are mammary glands in female for feeding their offspring. There are mammary glands. Then second, all animals are again now warm-blooded animals, also called as homeotherms. So body temperature is always constant, it is never changed. So for example, in humans, the body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius and it is throughout the life constant. So they are called as homeotherms. Their habitat, most of the animals are terrestrial. Then there are 4 parts of the body: head, neck, tail, trunk and tail. Except human, all animals have these 4 parts: head, neck, trunk and tail. And this neck is present in between trunk and head. Only humans do not have tails. Then next part, all animals are viviparous now for the first time. Viviparous. We have seen 5 classes. All the animals of this class were oviparous, but only mammals are viviparous, where female give birth to young ones. So they are such animals where female give birth to new ones. They are called as viviparous. Then claws are present on the digits. Some animals have claws, some have nails and some have hooves. Claws on wild animals, nails in humans, digits, and hooves on cattle. So this is the present on digits, claws, nails and hooves. External skeleton is in the form of hairs or fur. In some animals, the body is completely covered by hair. In some animals, fur. And then, example of this class, large number of animals are there. Some are aquatic mammals. Most of them are terrestrial mammals, and some are aerial mammals. Aquatic mammals, all of you know. The dolphin is aquatic mammal. Then bat is the aerial mammal, and remaining animals like all animals around us, including us, are terrestrial animals. They are terrestrial. So that is all about the characteristics of this class Mammalia. This is the most advanced class according to the evolution because of mammary glands, because they are viviparous and other adapting characters present in them. So whale and dolphin are the aquatic, then bat is the aerial, and remaining animals are terrestrial or land living. Examples: whale, walrus, these are aquatic, then bat, then human being, elephant, all types of cattle, all wild animals, large number of animals are there, and most of the animals are around us. So that is the examples, and classification as usual, only class is changed, other classification is same. So directly we can write animal kingdom or Animalia. Then chordata, then vertebrata, then Mammalia, and example elephant. So that is all about the classification. So we have studied different classes under different headings. Some questions are asked under the heading use your brain power. The first questions: animals like gharial and crocodile live in water as well as on land. म्हणजे पाण्यात पण आहे, जमिनीवर पण आहे. Are they amphibians or reptiles? Now this question is confusing because some may feel that they may be amphibians because they live in water as well as on land. But these both animals are reptile animals because they do not have gills or skin like amphibians. Amphibians like frog have skin, so they can respire in water also. Exchange of water takes place through skin. But these animals do not have such skin which may exchange the gas. They only have lungs, and hence they are completely adapted for land. They are called as reptiles. Then hence when they went in water for respiration, their mouth is above the level of water, so they can take air from the atmosphere. Then, so that hence both animals are reptiles. Second, animals like whale, walrus live in water. Both are marine animals, whether they are included in Pisces or Mammalia, though their adaptation is like Pisces because their body is boat shaped or spindle shaped. But these animals are completely mammals because female give birth to the young ones. They have mammary glands, and hence though they are present in water, they respire with lungs and not with gill slits, and hence they have to come above the level of water for the respiration, and then they go in the water. So that is all about this, and hence both are mammals. So that is all about this chapter. Some questions for your homework. We shall ask some questions. The first question for you: What are homeotherms? We have seen this. Homeotherms, also called as warm-blooded animals. Second, distinguish between aves and mammals. Then third, why mammals are called viviparous. Just we have seen viviparous. Then classify pigeon, lizard and elephant. One belongs to reptile, one belongs to aves and one belongs to what is called mammal. And the last question for you, which class of animals show weak legs? Weak means the body cannot hold, the legs cannot hold the weight of the body. So they are called as weak legs. So these are questions for you. So prepare yourself at home and stay in healthy condition.